Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. See ya. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday, we're seizing the day. Digital finance, harmony of love, serving food for what those two, rising as the read and it, Eastern on P2GTV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come meet with me.
All right, let's go, people. Come on.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Yes. Happy Monday, everybody. Okay. Shout out to the podcast babes who are doing it. We rocking that book, y'all. We rocking that book. That's what I'm talking about. Anthologies are in. The stories of people's lives. Get to it. It's your girl, Ruby T, rocking on here. It's on this amazing Monday. It is really, really the time for us to set the stage, y'all. This is what we're doing. We're setting the whole week's stage, getting you in position. I'm your girl, Ruby T, and that's my husband.
Hey, this is Alvin Thomas, the Gold Banker, coming to you live on Gram at a Time, and it is this is an amazing time to be in the space, and there are a lot of things going on. We are building foundation up this week and getting you guys on track. You know, hang out with us all weekend. We'll be talking, and we got one of our girls coming in this Wednesday. It's gonna be fire for you guys. It's gonna be fire.
So get ready because we're gonna have some grown folk conversation happening in on Wednesday. So don't forget to come in Wednesday too. All right. Mr. Thomas, you want to share a little bit of what was on your heart this morning?
Well, today, not this. Today we're talking about we're just talking about foundations, and you know, one of the things that came up was that, you know, my parents always say you got to save for a rainy day, have that little nest egg fund. But, you know, when they talk about the nest egg, they're talking about saving money. And, you know, money has never really done much for many people because we know how to make it. We just don't know how to keep it. And despite what you put in the bank, you guys have seen what's going on with the bank. It isn't really turning the way you want it to turn. So this little snippet here is for you guys, and to let you know there are other avenues available if you just take the time and sit down and listen. And some people, it just takes a little bit longer to get the message out, you know? And Ms. Rue, if you would put the words in place and let it rip. Just sit back, guys, put on your headgear, pay attention.
Money. These were the first words my grandfather told me. When I heard this, I was...
One second. This tab can't be muted. Give me 1 second. I got you, babes. The tab is muted. Sorry about that. There we go. Oh no, it'll only mute the site. So I'm going to make sure that we get the buffer effects. There. All right, here we go.
Shocked. Never save money. These were the first words my grandfather told me. When I heard this, I was shocked. Everyone says, save money, save for the future. But my grandfather smiled and said, no, do not just save money. Make money grow. Let me tell you his story. In a small village, there lived an old man. People called him lazy. He did not work. Every day he sat under a big tree. He looked at the sky, looked at the road, and dreamed. He said, one day I will open a shop. One day I will buy cows. One day I will become rich. But that one day never came. He dreamed. He never worked. People laughed at him first. Later, they stopped laughing. They only felt sad for him. His wife worked in the house. She cooked, washed, cleaned, and tried to take care of the family. One evening, she said to him gently, dreams are beautiful, but dreams cannot fill the stomach. We need money. We need work. The old man only nodded and said, someday. Someday I will find a way. Days passed. Months passed. Years passed. Life became hard. Food was less. Money was almost gone. One night, the old man's little grandson came to him. The boy was barefoot. He was thin and hungry. He asked very softly, "Grandpa, do we have bread?" The grandmother opened the cupboard. It was empty. No bread, no rice, nothing. The old man felt pain in his heart. He looked at the boy, felt tears in his eyes. He understood something that night. Dreams are good, but dreams alone do not feed a family. He could not sleep. He turned in bed again and again. His stomach was empty. His mind was heavy. In the morning, he did something he never did before. He went out to find work. He became a field worker. The sun was hot. The land was dry. He worked for long hours. He lifted heavy tools. His back hurt. His feet burned. His hands became hard and rough. Every night he came home tired. The grandmother cooked little food. Maybe beans, maybe 1 or 2 tortillas. Nothing more. The grandson asked, "Grandpa, what did you get today?" He showed his small earnings. It is little, but it is something. But soon he understood something sad. Money came, money went, food finished, medicine finished, bills finished. But problems stayed. The roof still leaked. The family was still hungry. Saving money looked impossible. One day at the village store, the old man heard men talking. One man said loudly, "The secret is saving money. When you save, you are safe." These words stayed in the old man's mind. That night, he found a glass jar. He hid it under the bed. Every week, he put a few coins inside. Clink, clink. The sound made him happy. He felt hope. The grandson found the jar one day and asked, "What is this, Grandpa?" The old man smiled and said, "This is our tomorrow." But saving money was not easy. He wore old shoes with holes. He did not buy new clothes. They ate less food. Sometimes plates were almost empty. Still, he saved coins. The grandmother asked, "What is the use of money when we stay hungry?" He said only, "One day you will understand." Months passed. The jar became full. The old man was proud. He felt safe. He felt ready for the future. One day they went to the market. He placed the jar money on the table and said, "I want 3 sacks of corn." The shopkeeper counted the money. He shook his head and said, "Prices went up. This money buys only 1.5 sacks." The old man was shocked. Money lost value. Things got expensive. Saving was slow. Life was still hard. Everything felt heavy again. One evening, the old man sat outside quietly. He saw his neighbors walking by. One neighbor carried eggs. Another carried milk. They looked peaceful, not worried, not afraid. Then he remembered something. A small idea, very small. But ideas are seeds. He looked at his grandson and asked, "What if we buy chickens?" This time he did not wait for Sunday. This time he acted. He took his saved money and bought a few thin chickens. The boy laughed and ran around them. "Grandpa, now we have our own egg factory." At first, they found 1 egg, then 2. They ate some. They sold some. With the money, they bought another chicken, then another. Slowly, the chickens grew. Slowly, the money grew. The old man kept notes in a small book. He wrote every egg sold. He counted every coin earned. Soon neighbors came to buy eggs from him. The house was full of hope. The old man smiled more. He worked, but he worked for his own future. For the first time, he felt proud. One day he held an egg in his hand and told his grandson, "This egg is more powerful than a jar of money. Money can finish, money can lose value. But if we use money the right way, it grows like life." The grandson hugged him and said, "So, you are not lazy anymore?" The old man smiled with tears in his eyes. "No, my child, I learned something very important. Never just save money, make money grow. And from that day, he always told others, saving money is like holding water in your hands. It will slowly slip away. But if you use money to build something, even small, it becomes bigger. This was his greatest lesson. And today, I share this with you. Never only save money. Invest, grow. Even a small start can change your life. Your support gives us strength to create more stories. Please like and subscribe.
Woohoo!
All right. Good. Okay. We do not endorse the model.
But we do make sure that we give support, we give thanks to the creator of the content platforms known as Story Hub. And if you would like to get more stories like that, please join Story Hub. Subscribe to their platform. All right. I love it. I love it. The content is so relevant. That is the foundation. It is the bedrock of our very own platform.
I thought you would really get around that one. I said, you know what, and it would land.
Brother trying to impress me.
Look, every now and then, we gotta pull a little something out the hat.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a good one. That was an excellent one because the rule of thumb is not to save money. I told you guys I used to get so mad at Robert Kiyosaki when he used to say stuff like savings for suckers, and I was like, "But what the heck am I supposed to do?" I'm like, "I'm not rich. I can't be rich like you out of the blue." And Robert Kiyosaki did not become rich out of the blue. He was not a rich person. He didn't even have rich people where he came from. He got the benefit of learning some new information and taking to heart and putting it in action, and then creating a habit out of it. This is what we teach folks in very much the first week they come into digital financial literacy with us.
Absolutely.
You can't have a future if there's no resources there. And if most of y'all believe that your resource is going to be there because you can still go to work. Your job ain't guaranteed to be there. Your health is not even guaranteed to be there. The economy is not guaranteed to stay in a space where your job and your finances can keep up with it. He was saving. I went through that come and think of it, take that to heart. Because that happened to me. That happened to me, y'all. Saving for a year. I got 10 cents interest on my money out of that bank. I was disturbed. And they were a big bank too. I was disturbed that would seem to be what people were going through. After my experience of trying to come into the space, of really just getting it together. I mean, truly getting it together, my loves. I'm like, I can't believe this is what people got to depend on, the system. This is the banking system. This is what we get in. This is what the average person working a hard job get. 8 cents on 1,000 over a year. I couldn't dig myself out of a hole. And see, but that's the thing. I didn't know how to, read interest. I didn't know how to do the math. I didn't do the math. See, and I know when I say math, people ears turn off. It's literally third grade math. If I had just realized and not been so in my head about the math of it all, I would have realized that that's what it actually added up to. Me putting money in the bank over and over, I'm done now. Don't get me wrong, because I built something that was built to last, and it took me to the next level. I built a habit I didn't have before. 40 years of getting and spending money and only saving for a rainy day. People save for a rainy day. Motherfucker, it's raining all the time. That's a guarantee it's going to rain. And I don't mean outside. I'm talking about your life. You're going to have rainy days. Guarantee something's going to happen. So if all you saving for is that something that's going to happen, we going to keep getting blown out, y'all. We going to keep getting blown out, keep having to start from scratch. It's time to stop starting from scratch and have something out there that's growing for us. That's one of the reasons why we teach you to start assets, crypto, silver, gold, small increments regularly. Don't just save in cash. You know, you should have a couple dollars cash, but you should have stuff you can't just come out of. I'm trying to let you know, and there's so many sources for that. You know, I know people start getting dead in the ear. Oh, she trying to sell us something. I don't sell none of that. Let you know right now, I don't sell nothing but education, information. I told you the money is the info. You really want to make money? You got to learn new skills. You got to learn what's going down and be able to transfer over to those who don't have, because that's what's valued. Trying to tell you to come up ain't about entertaining. Nobody gives a damn about being entertained if it ain't putting money in their pocket. I mean, real money people. Real money people and coming to you. They're not going to come to you and go, hey, it was quite entertaining, young person. I don't need a third party no more. Prince put it straight out for all of us. He told the industry, internet going to blow y'all away, boo. He said it and it happened. And it went even further than he even was alive for. He didn't know the blockchain was coming. He ain't know NFTs was coming. He ain't know the metaverse was going to be here. He probably knew about that metaverse. But I'm just saying, we've already had the folks that told us it was coming. Now that it's here, are you ready? Can you assimilate your information? Are you ready to throw yourself in, throw yourself in the bag and be out here and scrapping with the real ones at the new level of life requirement? When you go to your job, do you have skills that will take your job, that business to the next level that your next person doesn't? A reason why your boss will be like, look, I need to give you a promotion and I got a new position for you. That's what we're doing. That's what a 12-week program on P2G is doing, y'all. Trying to let you folks know that we don't come together to sit here and scratch our head. And I'm sorry, I got a bunch of crap on my system. But I'm not trying to bring y'all into this space of sell you something. It's time for us to learn. It's time for the community to come together and just get it done. I had not, it's funny because I realized this was a road that I was being led on. It wasn't, my experiences is that I just been rolling through it. Y'all, I know how y'all feel. You like the last few years, you kind of been like rolling through since COVID, right? It's just kind of been, you just kind of been getting your feeling. You hadn't been you haven't felt as grounded. There's a lot of us that are out here. A lot of people are going through depression, drama, trauma, all kinds of stuff is going on. But that's a distraction. We've been told that stuff is okay. It's not. It's not okay. It's not okay to sit your life in a situation or in a state of drama, in a state of trauma, in a state of fear or depression. It's not okay. And there are things you can do about it. And there is a source that causes that. But most of us go, she's talking about money. You talk about money all day long. You scared to death of being put out in the street and got no choices. Y'all know welfare ain't there. Y'all know the public assistance, food stamp, that ain't there. If you got a little bit of a life, you can't even qualify for help. If you out there scratching and just getting by, meanwhile, you got whole communities that got nothing but the wealth in their community, they got all the services. Y'all don't even know how to get them because we weren't taught financial literacy. They actually put that at the center of their education system. The stuff that I teach is the stuff that they teach and they live by. The stuff that I teach is what I live by. The stuff that I teach is what I live by. You live in New York and you don't have financial literacy, you're not only poor, broke, but you're also at risk of being homeless very soon. One less paycheck and you don't know what to do. But see, when you take the time, instead of being tired, going home, getting some TV in, or sitting here flipping, you take a little time to put into educating yourself, getting a new skill, looking at what's coming, what people are looking for, looking at how to be not only hireable, but impossible to hire. When I say impossible to hire, I mean you should have the kind of skills that everybody want. They can't hire you. They just got to bring you in on contract because you control the day. That's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about you buying a new course. I don't teach courses. I'm a coach. We guide your experience because it ain't time for you to be hearing somebody in your damn ear. It's time for you to be putting that pen to paper, figuring out them numbers, looking at your situation and changing it. Watching the numbers change in your life. Are you doing that? Watching the actual skill set change to where now you have a portfolio and you building stuff that you never knew you could. You ain't got no. You're not a trader. You're not a programmer. But all of a sudden, you didn't know what was available, then you didn't need to know all of that no more. You don't need to know all of that in order to get somewhere in this new world of information. You just need to know how to lock in on the right information and learn in the right way. By the way, I don't like that obscure language that a lot of folks in these new programs got. You got to do your own homework. Well, most of y'all don't even know what the hell that means. So that concept is gone. Let's get to class, y'all. Let's get to where we learn how to learn, because that's the missing for our community. That's the missing for the community. And I need some of my brothers and sisters who are non-melanated to drop off. Do me a favor, stop dropping off, rather. You here too. It's you too, boo-boo. Stick your ass around, because I'm trying to tell you, it's happening to all of us. And if it's happening to you, it's happening to me. So that's why everybody is included in this. I love a lot of people talking about, it's just for the culture. What culture you talking about? The bro culture? That's everybody. That's the majority. That's your 99. So how many are not counted in that? I'm not getting mad at anybody that's coming for theirs. I don't want to hear about the Jews. I don't want to hear about the Hasidims. I don't want to hear about the Indians, or I don't want to hear about the Asians. No group. Y'all get where I'm coming from yet? Don't knock the game. I'm sorry, don't knock the players. You got to get the game for yourself. There is a game. There's a way of life. A way of life. A way of living. And a way of not. And if you are at risk, not because somebody else, it's because you have some things, some steps to take, some knowledge to get, some actions to make. And it won't stop because they didn't give it to me. Rights aren't something you get from someone else. It's something you perform.
Yep.
They ain't yours. Those are called privileges. And look, I'm going to be honest. We had a hot-ass weekend this week. Excuse my language, but we had a hot weekend this weekend.
Ruby, are you trying to run them down a rabbit hole?
I ain't running down no rabbit holes. I'm just letting y'all know this is why we do what we do. Breakfast with the Thomases is here to help you understand something. This is Mental Wellness Monday. It's already all right. If you made it to this platform, it's already all right. You already heard it. Too late. You know. See, when people talk about I'm waiting for God, he just tapped you on the head. I'm letting you know.
Okay.
He just tapped you on the head. He's been tapping you. You have to decide if that's the tap you're going to listen to. And when I say listen to, I don't mean obey and do. I mean, when you pray, say thank you, open your eyes and investigate. See if that's for you. Ask the Lord, confirm. Ask your creator. I don't care what you call him. You call him whatever. Allah, Batala, whoever you call him. Or her. Or it. But you were created with purpose. And if you find yourself in a space, to this place, to this conversation, to this information, I'm trying to let you know you're here for a reason.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm only here because of my calling. When I quit my job 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I quit traditional work to take up the work of my life. And it has only paid for itself. Y'all get that? It has only paid for itself. I've never had, look, I'll tell you right now, during COVID, I paid my rent. Anybody else can pay your rent on a regular? Or did you take the moratorium? Or did you get because I got one check and that was I thought it was completely by accident. I just paid my taxes that year and all of a sudden it was like, hey, you got some money. And I got a letter from Donald Trump saying, you're welcome. I'm just saying.
First one said thank you. The second one said you owe.
Yeah. Oh, no. It didn't say I owe. It said you're welcome.
Ah.
I didn't know anything. Because, sweetie, let me explain something to you. You are missing how to access that system of wealth. That's all. When you start learning little wealth little wealth practices, things that the wealthy actually do, like saving and other things than money. The egg in that video was more valuable than the change he put inside, because what he did with the change made his life change. Y'all see? Are y'all getting it? I experienced
the egg had 3 jobs, whether you realize it or not. It had 3 jobs.
But you see, that's the thing. We make money and all we do is learn how to spend it. We know how to spend it. Money's not real. Money has never been real. Its value has always been, I'm sorry, I can't even say that. Money has not been real since 1972. 1971. Money has not been real since 1971. And we've been playing the game. I used to think Robert Kiyosaki, I used to be so mad at that man. I loved him. I mean, I loved all the things he said and the things he was sharing and all the lessons and the practices. The only thing I couldn't get for a little while was saving is for suckers. He was talking about saving money, saving cash. Saving is for suckers. It's determined, the value of it is determined by people who have the interest of building their own finances.
Absolutely.
By making you have lesser value. You're the larger number has less of it. They have more of it. The value goes down, but then they change the rules around other things that they put in it, and they never teach you to do the same thing. They never teach you to shift over to the thing that they got. So they acquire a lot of money to buy gold and silver, and in this case, crypto. They get you to be afraid of it because now you don't understand it, and you tired of school, so you don't want to go. I'm tired. I've been going to work, and I'm tired. I did this and that. My God, hello, what's going on, darling?
One of the things that you really got to be mindful is, you're right. Money was before 1971. Money was a real thing. After 71, it became currency. Yeah. And the whole idea of the game was to have you continue to move the flow so the people who are not even the wealthy, but the banking institutions can continue to move assets and liabilities through the market so they continue to move and keep things at status quo. And you as the individual were missing the point because you were purposely miseducated in the process of moving currency.
No, let me just try to clarify something. You are not miseducated. You're undereducated because you all know to save. Saving is the key. Don't get it twisted. But what you saving makes the difference. And that's one of the reasons why we teach people to start small. Start with the smallest fraction that becomes their own, that they can control, that's liquid.
10 cents.
Liquid. Now, I talk to people, the first thing we tell you is pennies to gold, right? Pennies to gold. We move through crypto. Just like Elon Musk, just like the big guys, right? Mm-hmm. Just like the big guys, all the big companies that are in here and all the ones you see on the news. But see, you don't know what they do. You just know that they do it. They don't own it and they did not create it. They don't own any of it and they did not create it. What they are creating are platforms because they were getting ready for you to finally figure out that it was available. And when you figure out it's available, they're going to be the ones selling it to you.
Yep.
You're back in consumerism. And it's not even going to be actually owned by you. They control the whole game because you don't know any better. You never learn. You got to come to digital financial literacy. Because we're going to teach you the ownership game. We're going to teach you the game of, what is it, Al? What's the game?
Own nothing, control everything.
But wait, even deeper. You have to be a custodian.
Yeah.
That's the game.
That is the game.
Custodians are the winners.
Yep.
Do you know who the custodian of your bank account is? Who got custody of your bank account? You're a banker. Okay. You're a banker. The guy you shake the hand. How you doing today? What's going on? How can I help you? Oh, I need you to help me figure out to put more money in this bank. Well, I got you. You know why they got you with a big old smile? Because the minute you put anything in the bank, as soon as you signed over, well, and they always love to say, well, get our, what is that? The repayment where you actually put your money in every week. I don't use the banks in that.
What are you talking about? The Christmas Club or the?
No, there's no.
You mean recovering the deposits?
Deposit.
Direct deposit.
Direct deposit, guys. You know what direct deposit did for the banks? It gave them immediate ownership over all of your income on a flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you get all kinds of benefits if you set up direct deposit on any financial platform. Cash App, PayPal, all of them. As soon as you do, you open up new features.
New lines of credit. Let's call it what it is.
Your friends to do it, you get money or credit. Why would they pay you to get somebody into a program that's free?
You just gave them a customer and more money.
You just gave them more consistent income for one little piece of funding. They gave you a couple of dollars. How would you like to earn consistent rewards for just doing the work for your own money? Just your own money. Consistent. You know what changed the game? And most people, you don't even know the word. Look it up. It's DEFI. And then the other word is FINTECK.
Oh,
CH.
please.
You have DeFi and FinTech. Look them up. They're changing the world. They have already changed the world. When you hear about crypto and the blockchain and everything, that is what people are talking about. Not trading. Okay.
Trading is a sidebar.
Right. Trading is important. I talked to my class because, we don't really go deep into that. Look, I'm going to be honest. My class was like, I thought we would do more trading. I was like, let me explain. I teach you the basics so that when it's time to do the action, you can enter that space with knowledge of how everything works. That's like getting in a car and you don't know how any of it works. But they expect you to drive that car from the time you got your butt in the seat. That's the problem with most of these platforms, trading platforms. They don't teach you trading. They stop even trying to teach you trading.
They expect you to know because you want to be there.
No, they've gotten even better. Let me tell you something. These platforms that do trading, they do copy trading. They give you instructions as to where to hit, what to hit at the time, and that's it. That is not trading. That is not learning the market. That is not being able to move on your own. They are teaching you how to stay consistently paying them and in that class. My class, if you got to take my 12-week more than one time, y'all get that? You weren't paying attention, you didn't show up, or you didn't do anything.
You didn't practice. 9 times out of 10, you didn't practice what you learned.
Thank you. Now, I let folks know we have a new program that's coming up that's an intermittent for those who need to refresh. It's not a problem. There's another week, it's a 4-week-a-month program. It has its own pricing for those who've taken the program and just need certain things. Because, baby, let me tell you, it ain't all about the same thing every time. I'm going to tell y'all right now, there was not one 8-week program we did that resembles the last one. And Miss T, oh, God rest her soul. Oh, my Lord. Miss T kept saying, she said, I've been in 4 of these, and ain't never the same thing each time. And I said, I got you. The foundation is always set, but it's always going to be around current, relevant information. You're not going to be hearing what happened and who shot John about another 6 months ago. You're going to stay current. So that's why membership is consistent. You get some good stuff.
Okay. I got to say this. One of the things I like about our program is the fact that we have a constant floor. We have a constant floor that tells you, okay, this is where we are. But we have the ability to bridge from left to right so you can actually get the latest up-to-date move so you can take advantage of your personal finance. And that's as a person who's been in the program and taking it as a participant, I want you guys to realize something. Being a facilitator is one thing, doing the work because you know what you know. Being the participant and being able to view it from both sides is a different connotation because you see what people have been looking for. and then you can add that to the program. So people, when the next iteration comes in, they get what's there because that's what
Yep.
they were looking for. And that's one of the things that I have the luxury of being. Sometimes I get the luxury of being a participant, not only a person who puts the program out.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you guys to realize when you come to these classes and you come to these things, you're not here for getting a grade. You're here for getting your life.
Yeah, I don't
You know,
grade.
There's
I
no
don't do
grade, there's no
grade.
grades here, and you got to realize this is not school, because
Yeah.
when you're playing with real money, when the banks are playing with your money, they're not going to school with it to put it inside a program. Say, okay, teach, tell me what to do with it. No, they already got a plan to run the bank and make sure it stays open on your dime. So why not make sure that every dime that you have goes to work for you, just as much as the money that you give them goes to work for you.
That's
And when
right.
you realize that you're in control of your own finances,
Yes.
there's a different mentality that you take on. There's a
Mm,
different view of how the value of your dollar is working for you, because you see it a different way.
honey, I'm sorry. We have bubbles. We have actually. I want to
Yeah.
say thank you. I got to recognize everybody in the room. We absolutely have folks that's on all platforms. We have folks on Let's see. We've got folks on YouTube, of course, as well as LinkedIn, Facebook, Clapper, and Stereo. And I want to, and even actually, it's holding out Instagram. Hey, Instagram, how y'all doing out there?
All right,
All
all
right.
right, all right.
So, what I want to make sure is that our messages get through. So we have some stereo messages. We got yes. Okay, let me make sure I turn the sound up. What experience? All right. Okay, I was playing it. So let me get to Yasin's question because that's actually a good question. The experience that I have had, I've been actually sharing my experiences going through this process and then teaching. I've been teaching this for the last 7 years. I started through having been scammed, okay, I've been discovering new programming around money. I spent a whole year recovering myself from 40 years of owning nothing. And I mean, when I say owning nothing, I mean to the point to where I couldn't even put my name on time at a job. And he asked me what my experience is. I'm coming from working, having small businesses that I did, and still being broke. That I had since 2006. Oh God, even before that, I couldn't think of it. What was it? 90.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's really go back to the first thing was a child care agency.
So I owned a child care agency,
We had a child
and
care.
I went from child care, and in that process, I learned about because I taught programs to kids in my child care program. I didn't put kids in front of a TV.
Let me
I used
say
to run
this.
a computer. Alvin, go ahead.
But I'm just like, we invested more into the child care program than the child care program invested into us. Let's
Stop
put it
it.
there.
And I'll tell you this much.
But
I
it was
never
so much
regretted
fun. It was so
anything.
much fun.
It was not just fun. It actually helped me grow up. It helped me to see the problem in the world, the missing. A lot of people in childcare, and I mean daycare. I ran a daycare from home because I had two small children. And it cost a lot of money to work and have children in daycare. It was like I was working for daycare.
Yep.
So I decided, since this is a business, do it. I took it home. But I didn't want to be the same. I wasn't that kind of mother. I homeschooled my kids for not 7 years, but for the first 3 years of their life. Before they got into anybody's program, my kids went in learning how they knew how to read their colors, their numbers, they could count, and they could add and subtract. See, all of the kids in my program got the same programming. My kids could sound words out. Children came to our program and they got potty trained, they got off their bottles, their dependencies were broken immediately. They learned colors, they learned shapes, they learned how to speak and advocate for themselves.
Yes,
And
they
we
did.
learned how to listen to children and the world around them. Not only that, I learned how to run a business. Now, not only that, I also learned how to incorporate other businesses because at some point I started getting other people's kids in the morning for our morning program, and they were feeding mine. Y'all understand how you build a village? That's what I've been doing. And I started that simply off of the fact that I just needed to come home and take care of my kids. Guys, I had to be the kind of woman who could innovate to survive. That man worked. He had a job. He wasn't even home. When he was home, he was busting butt helping me with this program. But let me tell you something. I also discovered the world of technology. I did. First computer, oh my God. First, everything came from that. All of the opening to the fact that technology was going to take over. I became very knowledgeable of how the world had changed. So, of course, I went from daycare to becoming a technical training. Sweetheart, I'm technically trained and certified, have been since 2006 when I opened my first company. Because instead of going for education to become an employee of somebody's, which, by the way, wasn't all that. Because they love to start you off in places that are obscure in tech. I decided I was going to go to work for myself, and I did. And I employed other techs. I helped people in their community make sure their technology worked. And then I discovered that our missing in our community was not technology. It was information. We didn't have it. It wasn't being provided. See, y'all have to ask, when you ask me where my information comes from, it goes deep. This all comes from deep. When it comes to the financial literacy part, it comes from experience. I never sit back and just listen and read. I didn't sit in a classroom, in a college classroom. I didn't get to the college classroom until I was 40. Shout out Professor Jackson, who I just reconnected with. One of my bad system professors at BMCC. You get where I'm coming from? A chick that made sure we had opportunities because she saw that we were thinking people, not just, the kind that come in and sit and wait and hold out the seat till we get to the end. She wouldn't let us do that, and she still ain't letting us do that. Got me? So I'm gonna let you know right now. When you ask me what my information, my experience is, I'll give you a lot. But I'm gonna ask you, what is your experience with the financial system today, where you live? Talk to me. Because a lot of people think that this is me telling you about wealth and having a lot of money and this. No, it's about security. How do you hold down the fort when the world is falling apart? Anybody know? When you want to come at me, please come correct, because you're going to get a whole lot of, I don't wake up scared. I don't wake up wondering what's going to happen from day to day. That was the change that changed everything else. So as I'm now learning, I'm actually accessing the financial systems, learning that the money don't mean a thing in this society. You better find out where the value really lives. Because when you're looking for somebody's shiny stuff, the ones that really have it, you'll never see it. The ones that don't have it, you'll see all the shiny stuff. The broke folks always fronting. They floss. The ones that have it, they always look broke. They say nothing. They speak little. I'm not trying to floss, y'all. I'm trying to let you know it's time to have another option on the table for y'all. For those who are sitting in society scared, wondering when their next is coming in, wondering if this job is going to hold up, because y'all know companies are going down. These companies are going under. And they chapter in 11 like mug, and it don't mean nothing to them, but that's your job. That was your dependency, your rent. You don't know. You haven't created a savings habit. So you don't know what's going to happen to you. People, we ain't here to floss. We here to let you know we ain't fronting. Life has changed, and it's time to get the skills to keep going. Everything I've taught I've got people calling me back from the early days when we were overcoming a scam, learning the beginnings of this information, going, what you doing now, Miss Ruby? Because I'm the kind of person that innovate. I don't sit there and I don't stir in the same. I'm always trying to find new partnerships to get new information so that we could grow. I'm actually letting folks know I'm looking for new partners in this area. If you are financial literacy, you got anything to do with, the real financial. Don't come at me with some 401k bullcrap. Don't come at me with some some digital Roth IRA, this, that, and the other. Please don't come at me with contracts that's not this platform. I'm
There's
letting
a
you
lot
know
of them.
that's an area right now that the people on the ground like me, we ain't there. We need to get moved out of the mentality of putting money in the stuff that pay you, whether it pays us or not. Y'all get where I'm coming from? I can't be paying you no matter getting paid or not. Y'all hear that? That's what those accounts are. If your portfolio goes down, they still got paid from the payments you made.
Yep, they did.
So do me a favor. You got to sit in the class, learn how to control, and put your hands on some of this yourself. You don't need a license to manage your own portfolio. Y'all get where I'm coming from? You don't need a license to learn. And before they start trying to make that happen, because all of this stuff is open, these platforms, they're trying to make it so that you can't get this. I let you know how many platforms I've gotten cut off of because all we do is tell the truth and give y'all resources.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We got locked out with it. And it's my thing. We gave some information, some digital content information, and they said, "Oh no, you can't give them the goods." No. See, because you just told them how to get paid, make us pay them for what they have.
And not only that, words that established. So now they have a list of words you can't say on certain programs.
Yes.
Guys, that's censorship, but you know what? Play the game. I've seen other platforms play the game.
Yeah. The other thing I can say,
try to get it and keep it. Hold it down. Don't be hustling your whole life.
No. One of the things you guys got to remember, and this is just information that you need. When you sign up for these platforms and you say you want to use them, please take time, read section 9 and section 15 of all the terms and conditions of these contracts, because this is where they put the stuff that they have ownership over, and they're always in the same two positions. I don't know why.
Wait. I'll make it better for y'all. So y'all now getting a master class right now. We're gonna get about 5 minutes of a master class. So if you having trouble with those contracts, and I did this with Disney, because Disney just threw up something before they
Disney.
Yep, Disney actually, because I got paid for Disney. Actually, I paid for Disney in advance. I think I'm cut off at I basically paid for Disney for a month. Anyway, I realized that they put up something. It's a disclaimer before they let me log into my account. And you got to agree to the new terms and conditions. And I don't do that. And they always give you, look, check the policy. Click here. So you know what a sister did, right? I went right on my computer. I went to the policy. I actually copied, pasted, stuck it in ChatGPT, and told ChatGPT to rewrite that in 5th grade terms so I could read it and understand it and put it in bullet points. ChatGPT broke that sucker down. I could say yay or nay with full knowledge of everything they were talking about. So don't get caught up in those litigious terms. Those legal terms can be broken down to your plain language of what they're trying to do, what the new policies are, all broken.
Mm-hmm.
AI can break it down for you. There's no reason AI has to lie to you. Disney is not a part of AI. They may use it, but ChatGPT is not a Disney company. You get where I'm coming from? I need y'all to get that. There's too many things that are not connected, and let's stop trying to mentally connect them like everybody's out there to get us. Everybody ain't trying to get you, boo.
Nope.
You just need to start learning how to get the information so you can decipher for yourself, if you can discern for yourself who is legit and not. My students now know they're not getting scammed. They know how to make choices about platforms. They know how to decide how to get what coins to use to get their money. They know how to get what works for them and not be stuck wondering, I went to this class and I didn't get it. I know you didn't get it because they weren't there to teach you. They were here to show you something. There was a distinct difference in display and explanation. Distinct. If I can learn a lot from going to a play, but can I learn how to create a play? No. Can you learn a lot from taking a class? in how to put on a play production? Yes. It is a different experience altogether. I need you guys to start realizing that you need to learn the plays for life. You need to learn the plays out here in these streets, what's happening. You don't know about the money system in your country. You don't know how interactive with other countries they are. You don't know why your money seems not to be going to the, getting you that far. But I got you. That's why we invite y'all to Wednesday nights. Now, don't get it twisted, because Breakfast with the Thomases has an amazing morning show. Oh, yes. We got grown folk conversation coming to this Wednesday. Miss Hilda gonna be there. All right? Miss Minor is coming to the spot, and she gonna do her thing, and we gonna be in there having grown phone conversation. They have a specific name for it. It's called Third Floor Conversations, and I can't wait. So when y'all see this little reel, watch this and see who we talking about when we finish, because her commercials are up and everything, letting y'all know right now. We do this, y'all. If you have a platform or something that you want to talk about or something that is relevant to the community, it's time to get there. When I say culture, please don't discount yourself because of the color of your skin, because that was done to you. Don't perpetuate the lie. There is no black and white except on paper, and that's all that matters. And don't get it twisted. We live by that. It's called contracts. So I'm not a contract. You're not a contract. So black and white don't exist in our life. We're not Crayola. Okay? We are people. And we're supposed to be building the world around each other. We weren't placed on this planet in number the way we are to separate. We were to come closer and continue to build the world. But you can't do that when you are struggling in your own space. So we invite you Wednesday nights. Stop struggling. It's on the website. We got it on P2G now. If you go to the website, you can't miss it. In fact, I'll always put it up. Our homepage is your homepage. All right? I'll let you know right now, you are welcome to come in to our sessions where we have a community action event every week. All right? I ain't playing with nobody because honestly speaking, it has been needed. We've talked about it enough. And I say this, enough. Enough with the talk. Let's get back to the work, y'all. Let's get back to the work. Making it happen. There's reasons why we've had movements that didn't go anywhere, that seem to disappear. Black Lives Matters, the Black Panther Party, Black Wall Street. We got to stop trying to black everything out and realize that we are one people moving in the same accord. And guess what? We're all struggling. And everybody goes, well, I love it how they go, people come in and they got the adversary. I hate to tell you this, but I'm a devout believer that this is my purpose. I truly believe this is my purpose. And you can't take away, like I said, like we had a lady on here. I loved her. I loved her being on this program. We had a lady on this show that said, what was it? All right. Oh gosh. That's the website, y'all. This is the website. You see everything. All right. So I'm going to bring you to the day. This is the day. You can go right there and under here, you see a Zoom clip. That's free. Every Wednesday. Just join the Wednesday. That's our Zoom for Wednesday. You want to get in the digital financial literacy class? There you go. That's it. Tuition is under this link. Get started. Y'all get started. We go straight through the phases of financial literacy, mindset, skill sets, literally new skill sets. Ain't playing. Cybersecurity. And you get the software for free. You get the information, we instruct you how to install these things, how to set up and maintain your system so that you don't get caught out there while trying to learn something. This thing, it moves on its own. So also phase 3 is research and finance. Stop having people telling you how to, do your own research. Now you're going to learn how to research and find things for yourself, find opportunities out here in the whole crypto world. Not some coin we following and chasing until we dry out. Not some platform that does this thing. You're going to find out how many platforms are out there. Figure out what coins are moving and fast because you are going to use AI as AI is going to be a new friend. It's going to be able to be used properly. You're going to get skills with things like metaverse building. You don't need to be a tech or have any tech training for that. You're going to be taught how to build all of this into a business model for yourself. Because, baby, when you got new skills, what can't you earn from what you learn? Life is a whole different world, baby. I love it. You're talking to a sister who did not only learn from mistakes, but have learned to build the world from that very terrain. I am living through the missing. How many of y'all are falling through the cracks? We've got to stop that type of lifestyle. That's got to stop somewhere. So with that, we're coming to the end of our talk. Mr. Thomas, unfortunately, cannot make it back on. Yeesh. But I want to make sure that all things are clear. You asked me, what's my experience? Get that. I changed not only my life, but the life of others straight through a pandemic that was way unexpected. By not only acquiring information, but building collectively with a group of people who have been working together for almost half a decade. Well, over half a decade, actually. I decided to get straight about what I want, and I've helped others find their path. That's what my purpose is. P2G has grown in so many ways, and I'm so excited because if you looked at our website, anybody went into the Wayback Machine and looked at our website for like way back, you would see that we really started from a Google page. And then we're heading into a whole new iteration of that website. The site is becoming a portal, an actual online university to house people, to bring us to have a home and a group of people that you can go to, hey, it's not a dead site. It's not a dead chat room. You're going to be there with your own purposes. You'll be learning in spaces, communicating, study halling with folks. You'll be in the space with live people who are there all the time. I'm not going to be there all day long because I'm not the community. And I remind you all, I am not the community. You have powerful friends that you just made. And I speak to my students when I say this. You are in a space of power because you have each other. You know the key to Donald Trump's his wealth and all of that? It wasn't because he knew anything. He knew to bring people who knew more than him together to get it done. We complained because he was successful and has been successful. Stop watching him. Get your eyes off everything else and mind your own business. Make sure that you have the knowledge and the access through people. Come to the network. We're inviting you. By the way, the platform is free. If you want to join the network, you can go to the P2G website. The new website will be up. We're working on, I'm praying. Yes, April Fool's, y'all. It's not a thing. It's not a fool. It's actually on April Fool's that we're looking to launch the new site. Anyone who's registered for free on the current site. So if you go to the current site and you register for free, you'll be sent your invitation to have the free membership for the site. It's a site membership. It is not tuition for class. Don't get it twisted. You'll be in the space to see pretty much everything we have going on and take advantage of whatever is available. Free or paid, it's up to you. My goal is to also build us a nice Wall Street, Black Wall Street, or Block Wall Street entity. If you have a small business and you would like to have your business exposed to thousands of people and grow in a growing process, because I've got quite a few people on the current site. If you would like your business to get exposure, you can come on Breakfast with the Thomases and share, and then you'll be invited to join Block Wall Street. Our actual, not the website, because we have friends who actually have a Block Wall Street website. What we're inviting you to is Block Wall Street, the community. Got it? We are a community online that's drawn under P2G Network. So if you have a business, we want your store. We want your service and your products. So let's get it popping because, baby, it's time. Don't forget Wednesdays. On Wednesday, we will have a guest. And you will get to be in the presence of some grown folk conversation, some basic things that we all seem to have forgotten or have walked or parted from our everyday average use. We love you guys. We do this because we care. And we want you guys to realize something. You're more powerful than you give yourself credit. We'll show you how we see you. We'll show you who you are. But if you believe us, that's on you. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for being with us. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday. I better see y'all Wednesday.
Ooh, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, see ya. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday. We're seizing the day.